Today we'll be taking a look at a viewer-submitted match of StarCraft 2. Joining me here in the upper left corner of the map, Gressven. It is the blue Protoss, the villain, the evil forces of the replay. It is Serral. And the opponent, the submitter of the replay, the supposed hero of our story, the red Protoss, Skiemk. I'm gonna go with Ski. The name I'm most looking forward to butchering always. Do you guys like it when I mispronounce your names? Because very few of them I feel like I get right on the first try. But I feel like that's part of the joy. Oh my gosh, guys, I was on TV, my Indigos almost got my name right. I'm so honored, I'm so touched. But maybe it's part of the fun, maybe it's part of the joy. That's a wall. That's a wall. Usually, I mean, the pylon shouldn't be part of the wall, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Usually pylon's back here, gate. Although I would put gate, so that this is the open spot. But it's besides the point. PvP. Platinum PvP. Get ready. We've got a different wall on the other side of the map. I'm not going to go with a better wall, it's just a different wall, as well as 2 probes for double the action. You don't have to lose the probe. This one hasn't lost the probe, he's just lost the will to go on with his day. Core finishing up. Getting a Nexus? Yeah, Nexus on both sides. Is this the new PvP meta? We can get quicker Nexus? No more Stalkers? Battery? Little close, but hey, at least it's a battery. We're not rushing out something like, you know, a Zealot. Or cannons. Thank you. It could have been a cannon. I'm glad it's not a cannon. Take the wins where I can. On the other side, blue. You selected the probe. You clicked on the probe and decided, no, actually, never mind, I'm not going to do anything with that one. Look at the unemployment rate in this base. What is going on? You only have 26 probes. 3 of them doing nothing. That is a deplorable rate of unemployment. Ugh. Red Protoss, how you doing? Red Protoss, what you are suffering from right now is a lack of tech. Your opponent is deciding to go for all the tech. The tech bush so far, not the tech tree. This wall off, I'm not actually sure if an immortal can fit through there. Luckily, we're not going for a robo yet. Ski is, though, red Protoss. PvP. I'd love to talk about the matchup a little bit, but you know, it's PvP. It's essentially a bit of a blindfolded poker match. Teleporting knife fight, if you will. That is the longest trip to make a battery I've seen. Ski coming over here, applying some pressure. Unfortunately going to be outgunned by an Oracle, while the other Stalkers forget that they actually do have weapons and can participate. And he's getting some damage done. This is why we have a battery on the low ground. I was complimenting Ski's battery on the other side of the map. This is exactly why you get a battery on the low ground pretty quickly. Because somebody is going to try and apply some pressure with Stalkers. And when it's Stalker v Stalker, or at least decorative oracle, you can get some defense up. Not sure what we're doing here. We probably should care more about what's going on in the natural. The Stalker off. Both players taking some bites out of each other. The Void Ray gonna come up here. The Void Ray, I don't know. I don't think it actually shuts it down. It turns on the beam, but then the Stalkers may just run away. The Stalkers should just run away. I shouldn't be so absolute. The Stalkers should run away, but they are not as of yet. Ski desperately trying to get some damage done. Probe production behind this. Production's been good. There's an Oracle in the natural. Why lose the Oracle? Getting chased home by a Void Ray. Getting some slow lots, some charge. Blue Protoss over here. Still not too sure what we want to do with the proxy pylon. There's plenty of options. Plenty of things we could do. PvP is usually a bit of a stalker battle, along with a few choice. Let's call them poker cards, if you will, like, or maybe like Go Fish cards. Like a little bit of a Go Fish cards, because it's like I have a lot of stalkers, and then what do I want to sprinkle in there? Maybe some immortals. Ski got immortal. Saw more gates coming up behind it. Parzival mixing in a few adepts. Void Ray here and there. The battery at the top is less than existent, so the adepts are going to get in. And usually, you know, at a higher level of game, this would be game over, getting adepts in your base. However, it is platinum, it is not game over. The battery is going to be overcharged and not targeted onto the pylon, which means the overcharge and the battery are now going to not be super helpful. But Parzival not interested in staying for battle. Instead, we're going to keep using this dial-up pylon, get some reinforcement, non-blink stalkers. If you don't have blink, and you're fighting against blink, but you got charge, might I recommend Chargelots? Those 4 Chargelots jumped in there and just did more damage than 4 stalkers would have done. Ski holding the defense though, the immortal. Ooh, the Void Ray gets picked off. That's a bit of a problem. Now we're getting Chargelots, little slow though. If you put a gateway here, if you had put a gateway here like 2.5 minutes ago, that would have been a speed pylon, which is much more helpful, much more effective. Immortal at the front line taking some damage, not going to be recharged. Is battery overcharge up? We will never know. The Stalker's going to get surrounded by some Chargelots, others being picked off individually. The Blue forcing. Oh, no. Blue is forced to retreat. There we go. The Chargelots are going to be all picked off. We're warping in additional non-blink stalkers, and behind the Ski opting for the DT tack. All roads in PvP lead to Dark Templar at some point. Charging up the Void Ray. Usually this is not the time to fight with stalkers. Usually when you see that big blue laser beam, that's the time to blink. You can blink individual ones back, or you can blink the whole army and just wait a few seconds. Either way, not usually advised to fight it unless you have overwhelming numbers. And the Stalker count, neither player is anywhere near what I would consider to be overwhelming at this point. Ski, though, looking to be in a better position. He's got his third base a little more well established. So far, undetected by our blue Protoss. Chargelot's going to move forward. Battery overcharge going to be used, and it is not going to be targeted down. The probe transfer, that's a little bit of an on-the-nose transfer, and the Dark Templar are going to be warped in. There is no detection, is there? No, there is zero detection. The Dark Templar gamble is going to pay off for Ski. Platinum Protoss saved by the DTs. I don't know about saved. Wow, Parzival suddenly has 3 shield batteries in this position that was not being used for combat. Adept's gonna shade up into the main base here, because there's still no battery wall off. What am I talking about with the battery wall off? There's a reason we keep a probe at the top of the ramp. It's to build a shield battery when adept shades are moving in. You have lost 17 probes in all of this. Gonna warp in some DTs on the other side. Get a little payback. Get a lot of payback. Never mind, it's fine. There is an Oracle and a cannon here, though. Moving up into the main base. He tries to block him. He gives up. He could have blocked him. Revelation used on the DTs, which means eventually these should get cleaned up, yes. There is now an Observer and an Oracle, and the production tab is woefully blank for a few seconds. We've got double forge. Not double upgrades, just double forge. We want people to have the idea that we're going to get upgrades here. Prism in the bottom left standing by. Archon's on the way for Ski, who has finally unlocked good unit tech. Did we get charge? No, we didn't get charge. Alright. We got 1 good unit tech. Charge, Immortals, and Archons. Good old CIA. Usually whoever gets to Archons first has a pretty good advantage in PvP. The Stalker count, though, I mean, Parzival, he's not out of it. Ski is up on workers. He's taken a 4th base. 3rd base is a little bit exposed, though, and does Parzival? No, he doesn't, but he suspects. And he's gonna find it. Chargelots make their way into the base here, into the mineral line. The probe's so focused, so dedicated to their work, instead going to high-five the pylon. The Nexus is going to be picked off. Recall initiated onto most of the army. Most of them will actually get out, leaving behind only a few Zealots and a Stalker, it looked like. A good trade for blue. Resources lost. Very even, actually. I'm impressed. Yeah. Ski has lost quite a bit more Stalkers, but Parzival losing more Zealots. It's essentially because one of them went for blank, the other went for charge. We do finally have 1-1 being upgraded. Ski, your gateway sprinkle bomb there. Getting gateways everywhere. No forges, though. Instead, we got Archons, which are arguably just as good. Archon's going to evaporate some of these Chargelots. The Void Ray, a bit exposed. Stalker's trying to get a decent arc. Parzival losing his own base. Revenge for the red Protoss here. Archon holding the line for an impressive amount of time. Stalkers trying to deal with the Zealots. The Nexus is going to be destroyed on the other side. We have a Chargelot run by that's going to be dealt with by an Archon and a couple slow lots. And a probe. I have to give a bonus point for them. The ambition, the power, the statement of having a probe attack an enemy Nexus. Immortal gets here. This battery cannot be overcharged. Nexus is required, which means that this position is suddenly a lot less defensible. Parzival feeling confident, though. He does outnumber Ski, but Ski has Blink. Something that Parzival apparently does not trust himself with. Is he accurate? Is he correct in that assessment? Where are the DTs? You have decorative DTs in your main base. Those DTs could be winning the fight. There's other DTs here. Okay, that's fine. Where's the obs? There is no obs. The observer was picked off. The oracle is destroyed. So these DTs, what did I say? These DTs could be winning the fight. Immortal. Not so immortal. Went up against Dark Templar. Adepts going to slow walk their way into the base here, be met with way too many Dark Templar. Probe's going to be picked off, but at this point, I'm not sure it's worth trading the Adepts for probes at this very moment. He's trying to buy himself time, which is a good decision. Unfortunately, the decorative Dark Defense Force Templar in the main base going to shut those Adepts down, and Ski has stabilized. Probe count, relatively even. Army supply in favor of Ski here. And Parzival still has not retaken this base. Ski has his third base back up, serving as a newly minted fourth base. Observer gonna spot there is still no Nexus here. Instead, Nexus placed down here, it looks like. Couple DTs gonna be warped in. We did get an Observer. It's desperately trying to fly its way over here. These DTs not going to be able to get much done. They're going to get more done than they probably thought so, because Parzival still no blink. Blink is sadly quite mandatory for PvP. Since so much of PvP is a bit of a stalker battle, combined with a few other flavors, like I was saying. Sadly. Oh lord, 7 Archons. Oh, you turn the DTs into Archons. Smart. Recognizing which unit is actually superior here. We're gonna have Stalker, Archon, almost Chargelot. Parzival just taps out when he sees the Archons. He says, I saw that Legacy of the Void cinematic. I know how this is gonna go. I'm gonna tap out right now. Ski taking the game. Some very effective Dark Templar usage, saving him in the mid-game. Great for the defense. Parzival not getting some of the things he needed to combat Ski's superior army. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, I hope you have a great day.